There is less and less time until we see Tom Holland dressed in the Spider-Man suit again. The fourth Spider-Man movie, starring the British actor, is currently in a more advanced stage of pre-production than you might expect. But will Zendaya return as MJ in this installment? Fans don't want this to happen and have apparently been tweeting and taking over social media to voice their displeasure. But why? Whatever the reason, it seems that Tom Holland didn't like this at all, that fans were making negative comments about his girlfriend, and his patience ran out, exploding against fans. We'll tell you all the details here. The new installment of The Wall Climber, produced by Marvel and Sony, will be the first of the 6 projects that Holland would have signed within his new contract to continue, linked to La Casa de las Ideas in the company's future productions after the turning point that it meant for his character in SpiderMan No Way Home. The editor of the Cosmic Circus medium, Alex Perez, has assured on Twitter that, according to sources close to Spider-Man 4, the pre-production of the film would have accelerated in recent weeks. The sources named by Perez also allege that Marvel and Sony are secretly trying to iron out certain issues related to the film's pre-production. Tom Holland is already confirmed, and according to close sources, both parties have already signed a new contract. But what about Zendaya? Will she also be a part of this new installment? An odd circumstance has led to the most recent Spider-Man 4 development. Marvel and Sony have no further information to share. The latter was concentrated on utilizing that busy week to its fullest. Doctor Strange 2 debuted 2 days after Moon Knight wrapped off on May 4th. However, a story from Deadline described changes related to another cherished Marvel production. Both Feige and the filmmaker acknowledged that the Fantastic Four lost Jon Watts. Midway through December 2020, we learned that Watts would direct the Fantastic Four reboots. When production on his third MCU Spider-Man movie was complete, we expected Watts would join the project. During this time, Marvel did not provide any additional Fantastic Four developments to fans. We still don't know who will succeed him, but what connection does this have to Zendaya and Spider-Man 4? In response to the Fantastic Four breakup, Watts and Marvel both stated their wish to reunite in the future. In light of this, Deadline revealed the following Spider-Man 4 gem. Sony and its Spider-Man producers have made it clear they expect to reunite Watts with Holland and Zendaya to continue the series. Watts hasn't officially dropped out of that franchise, but if it were to happen, it does sound like it would be down the road. However, it seems that fans don't want Zendaya in this new Spider-Man movie. Why? Peter Parker, Spider-Man's alter ego, has been associated with Mary Jane in Marvel Comics since 1962. Most fans developed feelings for that character over time. Fans soon drew comparisons because of Zendaya's character, MJ, although she's not Mary Jane. In the well-known Spider-Man trilogy directed by Sam Raimi, Kirsten Dunst played the role of MJ, and a lot of fans were used to seeing that representation of the famous character. MJ has always been a Caucasian woman with red hair, and that's when a small but vocal group of Marvel fans intervened to express their prejudice. They objected to Zendaya, a mixed-race actress, being used as MJ in the MCU. Several commenters expressed racist views regarding Zendaya being on the new Spider-Man movie on Twitter, nevertheless supporting the casting decision and even retaliating against the offensive remarks. Retcons and character changes are actually nothing new for Marvel. Characters frequently reappear after a period of absence as completely different versions of themselves. Even The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a Disney Plus exclusive series, talk about who will succeed Captain America. Additionally, today's diversity in media more accurately represents reality. However, the criticism of Zendaya's casting was so overt that Zendaya and other prominent Marvel figures came out in opposition to the critics. In addition, this displeasure confused the Marvel team a lot, since Zendaya has already been acting as MJ in several movies, so it should not be difficult news to digest that the actress returns with the same character. Added to this, Tom Holland was clearly enraged at these comments. Let's remember that the actor doesn't have social media. However, it is clear that in a world where social networks are so powerful, a lot of information still reaches the actor's ears. Let's also remember that this situation occurred at the beginning of the filming of the first Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and Zendaya, and even Marvel addressed the comments about it. Stan Lee, the head of the Marvel creative team, publicly supported Zendaya. According to NBC News, he said, "The color of the skin doesn't matter. All that matters is the right person for the role." Lee frequently claimed that his comics depicted the world in which we live. Additionally, Zendaya herself reaffirmed this idea in a conversation with a Hollywood Reporter. In response to the controversy, she said, "I don't know what America you live in, but from what I see when I walk outside my streets of New York right now, I see lots of diversity. And I see the real world, and it's beautiful." Even Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn, himself no stranger to internet anger, quipped on Facebook, "If we're going to continue to make movies based on the almost all-white heroes and supporting characters from the comics of the last century, we're going to have to get used to them being more reflective of our diverse present world." SpiderMan Homecoming was a huge success despite the racial remarks made by certain fans. On Rotten Tomatoes, it had a fresh score of 92%. We'll also see a lot more of the contemporary MJ because Zendaya not only had a bigger part in Spider-Man Far From Home, but she also came back for SpiderMan No Way Home, and we'll see her in Spider-Man 4. Obviously, Tom Holland did not remain silent and exploded with anger upon learning that his beloved was being cyberbullied. But besides that, the couple didn't let the comments affect them more and were only temporarily upset. What was interesting and what the fans applauded was the unconditional support that the actor has for Zendaya, because despite being away from social networks and this type of issue, he has never stopped defending her in public and in private. Let's remember that the actor doesn't like the topic of social media and even doesn't have it. A few months ago, the actor felt too overwhelmed by all the comments that were made about him and his relationship, so he decided to stay away from public life.
Hi guys, so I've been trying to make this video for about an hour now, and for someone that has spent the last, 13, 14 years, however long I've been acting, is it that long? Yeah, it probably is that long. I cannot seem to say what I need to say without umming and ahhing every 5 minutes, so I'm going to try again.
In an Instagram video, actor Tom Holland discussed how social media affects his mental health and said he'd be taking a break.
So, I have taken a break from social media for my mental health.
The actor briefly returned to Instagram and discussed STEM 4, an effort that his charity, the Brothers Trust, is supporting. Teenagers can get free apps from the mental health organization STEM 4 to support them.
Because I find Instagram and Twitter to be overstimulating, to be overwhelming. I get caught up and I spiral when I read things about me online. And ultimately, it's very detrimental to my mental state.
The video received more than 18.1 million views and almost 6.8 million likes by Monday morning. Celebrities like wrestler Trevor Dean Mann and artist Justin Bieber left encouraging comments on the actor's video. "Man, you're an inspiration to so many." Mann, who goes by the name Ricochet, wrote, "But what matters is your physical and your mental health, so take care and come back better than ever. Love you, man," Bieber said with a heart emoji. At the end of the video, Holland thanked everyone for listening. "I'm going to disappear from Instagram again," he said. "And to everyone out there, thanks for your love and support. I love you all, and I'll speak to you soon." Clearly, these kinds of issues and criticism on social networks don't help anyone, and they surely affected Zendaya as well. But as a couple, they are a very close team. What do you think about this topic? How do you think Marvel reacted? Would you get mad at something like that, or would you just ignore it? Leave us your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos from us. See you in the next video.
Perfect.